Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you new here, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me in my little corner of YouTube in this keto world of ours. So this is a collaboration with Michelle over at Life Adventures in Keto. Thank you so much, Michelle, for collabing with me. And y'all will have to bear with me. This is my very first collab, and I am a very inexperienced, though I post often, YouTuber. So I appreciate you sticking around with me and hanging out. So I'm going to do the best that I can. I have some notes here. I'm hoping not to forget anything, but I know I'm going to. That's just the nature of my beast. So yeah. So, Michelle I'll have her channel linked down below in the description box. And if you haven't checked her out yet, she's a much bigger channel than I am. So what are you doing just over here? Go check her out. So let's see, we did an intermittent fasting collaboration. First off, neither Michelle nor myself are any sort of doctor, nurse, dietitian, nutritionist, not even an expert or a guru on intermittent fasting or any of that. This is just our experiences, and we decided to combine them together. Both of us have done intermittent fasting before, and we have both done keto journeys before, but we are both getting back into our plan after either hiccups or hiatus. Mine was a very long hiccup hiatus combo. Had a lot of life things going on. I do have some videos explaining a little bit more on that here and there. But yeah, so we're both kind of getting back on plan and wanted to throw intermittent fasting in the mix now that we've both been starting on our plan and have been on it for at least a few days prior to intermittent fasting. So and Michelle has some really great slides on her video for this collab showing reference information for both autophagy and for intermittent fasting. There are some big time like doctors and intermittent fasting keto gurus on here on YouTube that you can definitely find any information on intermittent fasting to kind of guide you on your way. In fact, Thomas DeLauer recently did a video about, I think it was 39 things that can make or break your fast. So, so that can be a reference for you also. But like I said, go check out Michelle's video if you haven't watched hers already. Hers was up earlier than mine. I had to work, so but go check hers out, and she will have the some really great reference information in her video. So with my intermittent fasting, I did pretty much the same thing all week. I will have a video up later today that has my my weigh-in results for the entire week. I do almost a slideshow of my weights every day. I'm a daily weigher just to keep myself accountable and to figure out, okay, what may or may not be working for me, and then just to help me troubleshoot. So I do a slideshow for my weight every single morning, and then I will do the weigh-in every Monday, and I will show the weight from the previous Monday as well as from my very beginning of this time, which was June 1st is when I completely restarted. But so I will have that slideshow on my main video for today, which also shows my day in the life, what I'm eating today, full day of keto eating. But with this collab, I'm just going to kind of share the results of my week as a summary, because with the intermittent fasting, I was checking my blood glucose levels and my ketone levels, my GKI throughout the week periodically, just to see, is this doing something for me? Is this helping, or is this just not doing anything for me yet? I need a drink. Look, Michelle, I'm drinking coffee. It's not iced coffee though, because this girl forgot to put the ice trays in the freezer before going to work today. So I have cold coffee, cold collagen coffee. And this is pretty much what I break my fast with every day that I'm intermittent fasting. At least that's what's been happening for at least this week, actually a little bit longer. And because of the protein in it, a lot of times women need more protein to break their fast with. I had watched that on somebody's video and I can't remember who now. Can't remember. But the information stuck. So, and yes, I jump around all over the place. You got to stick with me. Stay with me. I'll come back to things. I'll circle around. It's like ADD up in here. So, so I stuck to pretty much the same thing throughout the week. And with that, my weight, let me look at it here. For this week, I am down 3.8 pounds from last week. The previous week I had a gain due to Mother Nature issues, if you will, lady issues. So, but I am down from there 3.8 pounds this week. And I really do attribute a lot of that to intermittent fasting and just kind of letting myself get into almost a mild form of autophagy. My ketone levels were really, really on point for this week, especially. I was in GKI levels of like a 1.63, I think was my lowest. And, I'm usually when I did keto, I had kind of the dawn effect to where I wasn't even registering sometimes in my ketone levels. But now my ketone levels are anywhere from like a 1.7 maybe to like a 2.8. So they're really jacked up there. So I'm like, in a really good state of ketosis most of the time now. So that's something different this time. I also do have kind of a different mental, like a mind state about the whole program this time. So that's also very important. And intermittent fasting can help with that. Intermittent fasting and keto can really help with your mental build upstairs. It's, I was in a really strong state of depression before I started this time around. And, life looks a lot better now, if you will. So that's my loss for the week. My inches are down. I believe it was, I'll know for sure and post it in my daily video for today later. But I believe it was, I want to say 1.25 inches overall. I measure, my neck, my chest, the bust area, waist, hips, right arm, right thigh, left thigh. So overall, some of the things don't change frequently. Other ones are changing more so than other parts. So, so my fast, I've usually been sticking to right around a 5-hour window of eating. So I work from about 11 a.m. to about 2 p.m. And so I do not eat before I go to work. I start every day with 20 ounces of water. Like right after I do my weigh-in, get up, use the bathroom, do my weigh-in for the morning, and then I go and I drink my 20 ounces of water. Just plain water, nothing in it. Not even static water, just water. And then from there, I will be up and around for a little bit, and then I will start my day with a Bang Energy. I'm not a huge coffee person. If I have coffee, it has to have shiz in it. I've tried the black coffee thing a couple times, and girl, can't do it. I'm not worked up there yet. So maybe one day I'll be a big girl and be able to do that. But anyway, so I will have a Bang, and I have done GKI readings tested the Bang during a fast for myself, and I actually have that in one of my videos to show its reaction with my body, or I guess my body's reaction with it. And it does not affect me. In fact, it helps boost my ketone levels and lowered my sugars. So it was something that is very beneficial for me, to actually kind of help boost me into ketosis maybe earlier in the day. At least it does not hinder anything. It doesn't, raise my sugars. I don't spike anything. So for me, it works. I'm not going to say it works for everybody. That's just for me, it works. And I tested that for my own self. And so then I will have that. And then I will make myself, I have a big 40-ounce Hydro Flask, water bottle, and it has a little sippy cup lid in it, so it's got the straw. And I have that. And I've been putting just the cold brew black tea bag, and I'll have that in there with some ice and just really cold water and a little squirt of the Squirty Pure, just a little tiny, like the smallest amount you can get out for the entire 40 ounces. And it just gives it enough to enhance the flavor of the tea a little bit and lets me get it down faster even. So I get more fluids down that way. And with black coffee, it doesn't necessarily break your fast or spike anything. So some of the other teas and stuff, like some of the more fruity teas, they can, depending on what's in the tea bag. So just be aware of that. It is a possibility, which is strange, but kind of makes sense at the same time. But so I've been doing that, and then I will go to work and I sip on my tea, or even if I just bring plain water sometimes in my Hydro Flask, I'll just sip on that while I'm at work. I am going to the bathroom all the time, all the time. It's kind of a joke at work now, oh, imagine that, Mandy's got to go to the bathroom. So, so I will do that, and then when I'm off work at 2 o'clock, I come home, I get changed, I kind of take care of anything else around the house real quick that I need to. I don't try to rush myself, I don't try to rush myself into getting my coffee ready or anything like that. I have hiccups now. I'm so sorry. I think they're gone now. Anyway. So I will kind of just do that throughout the day throughout my hour. I usually wait until 3 o'clock, and sometimes I have points in the day where it is very difficult, where you know what, I'm kind of getting hungry, I'm feeling, or I hear the growling, the grumbling, the grumpiness of that is my stomach. And but then it's not to where, when I was not doing keto, and if I would go too long without eating, if I even waited too long in the morning to eat something, it's my stomach would feel like I was going to eat myself from the inside out. So, or get nauseous. But on keto, that doesn't happen for me. I'm able to do the fasting and it doesn't bother me. Yes, I do get the hungry sensation, but it doesn't last for very long. And then it kind of just fizzles out. I'm able to stay busy, do something else, and it's, off my mind, and I'm okay. It does come back here and there. And then when I am ready to break my fast, I'm not ravenous. It's okay, I'll eat now, and I enjoy what I'm eating, but it's not anything that I am oh my God, get it in me now, because I'm about to chew your face off and my own. So, yeah, it was really strange. I will start my eating window at 3 p.m. and I have been ending it before, or at least by 8 p.m. period. And that's with any sort of artificial sweeteners. If I'm going to have a Diet Mountain Dew, that's got to be done by the time I'm done with, my 8 o'clock window. Stevia, or the Zevias, not so much, because it's stevia. It's not going to keep, it's stevia doesn't necessarily break a fast. Thomas DeLauer did video on that, and I've noticed that it doesn't seem to bother me or do anything for me. So, but I usually don't even have a Zevia after my 8 o'clock window is over. I usually will have, that's when I have my static water, my bubblies, and then I'll just switch to regular water, and I actually take my 40-ounce water with me to bed, and I find that sometimes I get thirsty in the middle of the night, so I want to drink a couple sips, and then that also helps me pee throughout the night here and there, and I'm still able to get good sleep. But it just, for me, I'm like, oh, sweet, I'm peeing again. Excellent. You know, I'm doing the things, right? So advancing and, you know, using the bathroom to get rid of fats and all that. So there was one day this week where I had some car troubles. So my day didn't go as planned, and I think that was last Friday. And I had to go and do a whole bunch of running around and physical therapy after work. So this girl didn't get home to eat anything until after 5 p.m. It was a very long day. I was close to the point a couple times of wanting to, like, you know, chew someone's face off or, you know, nibble on their fingertips a little bit. But it was kind of strange. There was times where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm really getting hungry. I can't wait till this is over. But then it would be like, you know what? I can go longer. Ooh, I wonder how long I should do this fast. I could go longer. But I ate something because I didn't want to get past 8 o'clock and go, okay, now I have to eat something. I'm going to die. I am absolutely starving. And then it would throw my whole window off the next day. So that's why I went ahead and ate something, and I'm glad I did, because I think it would have been too hard for me to make it until 2 or 3 the next day. So yeah, and we're too busy at work. I can't eat anything at work, so that's just not an option. So, I mean, that's also, you know, I didn't really ease into the whole intermittent fasting thing this time. Because of my work schedule, it was kind of an all or nothing thing. So, and then I don't want to eat too late and then go to bed on a super full stomach. I wanted to be able to have 2-3 hours before I laid down to be able to have that digest and kind of work on through. So with me, you know, like I said, I couldn't start before 11. That's not much of a fast, and I didn't want to end my night super early, because I think I'm a night snacker, so that's hard for me to do it that way. So the window that I'm doing, since I get off at 2 and then I can come home and try and keep myself distracted for a little bit, I'm getting to do a 19-hour fast, and sometimes longer, and it's really, you know, sometimes it feels kind of hard to get to that 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then, but once I do that and I eat something, I'm good. And it's sometimes I'm like, man, I'm still a little full to be able to eat dinner. But I mean, not so much full, but it's like, you know, I could go longer, but I don't. I eat, I fill, you know, as many of the calories as I can for the day. And, you know, trying to hit especially my fat macros, first and foremost. And sometimes I'm not eating quite the calories. Sometimes I'm eating more than my calories. It just depends on what I end up eating. And, but I think the trick is ending the night with a fat bomb. For me, I've been doing that every day, ending my night, and it's not even a fat bomb that I make at home. It's a manufactured one. It's a Slim Fast Keto fat bomb. I've been doing the caramel cups, and those are, I think that is kind of fixing that end of the night snacking sweet tooth that I have, and, you know, taking care of that. And it's also giving me, finishing off my fats to give me what I need to make it through until the next eating window, until, you know, I'm done fasting the next day. So that is really helping, and it sounds like that's actually what Michelle's been doing for hers. She's been having fat bomb too and she thinks that's what's keeping her satiated enough to make it through for fasting the next day. And I actually completely 100% agree. I think that's a game changer. Make sure you eat a fat bomb at the end of the night to make sure you can make it through your fasting. Let's see. I think I kind of went over everything I wanted to go over with you. Another thing that I do end my night with is, and I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, is the water. You know, after I'm done with my eating window and I'm not having anything else flavored besides maybe the bubbly, I will have just regular water for the rest of the evening and take that, like I said, to bed with me even. And I think that helps also, because sometimes when you're hungry, you're actually just thirsty. So that I think is helping to keep things full as well. So my stomach is growling right now because I'm not breaking my fast enough, apparently. But yeah, so this was a great thing. I had actually started doing intermittent fasting a few days before this, and like I said, I did not ease into it, but I recommend easing into it. I think it will go easier and faster. You can kind of ease in just little by little, especially if you've never done it before. You want to get yourself, first you want to make sure that you have enough fat in your diet and that you're satiated even without fasting, because otherwise it is going to be one hell of a time for you on intermittent fasting. You don't want to just start out that way. It makes it very difficult. But so yeah, just make sure also to get your water in. I really recommend doing the 16 to 24, 16 to 20 ounces at least in the morning to get things started. Because I have found that I am more thirsty throughout the day if I start my day with that much water, just chugging it down, get it done. Don't sip on it, just get it in. And then you're already 20 ounces down. You only have, 44 ounces left to worry about the rest of the day for your bare minimum. And I find that for me, if I start with that water, my body craves it more. I'm thirsty throughout the day, and it's easier for me to get more liquids in that way. So try that and see if that helps for you. Because I know a lot of people have a hard time getting water down. I am not a water drinker. If it can have any sort of flavor or be soda, it will be. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, and I've also only been eating twice a day. So I'm doing basically intermittent fasting and TMAD, the TMAD, the 2 meals a day. So when I break my fast, I break it with this, but before I'm actually done with it, I start making, I've been usually having chaffles, and I've been having, instead of like a sugar-free syrup or something, because sometimes the sweeteners in there can hinder you, depending on how your body reacts to it. But I've been having the keto fat bomb shots, just the liquids in the little pouches that I showed in one of my previous videos. And it's actually really good. Really good. I'm using the salted caramel cream, and I use that as the syrup. So I'm getting extra fats in, and it's delicious. It's so good. So I've been having the chaffles, and I'll have, just depends on what I want for dinner. If I have anything else with the chaffles or not, or if I split the chaffles up and have part of the chaffle with, the recipe with dinner and, part of it earlier on in the day. It just depends on what I want to do. So not sure what I'm having tonight though. I usually have it planned out, not too far in advance, but usually the day before I go through I do use Carb Manager and input it that way. But I just want to let you know that I am not only doing the intermittent fasting, but I'm not just eating my entire window. I'm letting my body have a space even within my window to digest and to, utilize any ketones and fats and to keep myself burning. So, but yeah, so I really want to thank Michelle over at Life Adventures in Keto. Thank you so much, Michelle. I adore you, and you know, we go back longer than this collab, so this is, I thank you so much for collabing with me. This is my first collab ever. I'm a little baby YouTube channel, and I thank you all for being here and being part of this. And if you haven't watched Michelle's video, what are you waiting for? Skedaddle on over and watch her video. If you like the content here on my channel and want to see more videos and more possible future collabs with me, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and comment, and make sure and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload something. And yeah, just I would love to have you as part of my keto family here on YouTube in my little corner, my little neck of the woods. But yeah, so thanks again, Michelle, and I will have you linked down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you when I upload my what I eat in a day today and full weigh-in update. Talk to you later, guys.